Is online dating keeping you single? In this video, I want to uncover 2 psychological issues that are happening as a result of online dating. The first I call the Tinder effect, and the second is the paradox of choice. Let me explain. I get it, you may not be a big fan of online dating apps. With so much competition, time invested, and the feeling of rejection right at your fingertips, you need the right disposition to make it work for you, and it's not for everyone. Online dating is a $2 billion industry, and the benefits are convenience. You can meet a person in your bathrobe at home. Online dating has replaced what used to be the primary way of meeting another person, and that was through friends of friends. But the reason why people are looking for a partner is essentially the same. The people are wired for connection, and you're looking for companionship or sexual satisfaction, or both. But when Tinder launched in 2012, it was the first online dating app that gamified the process by using the swipe effect. And the swipe allowed you to scroll through hundreds of profiles as quickly as possible. But the complaints have happened since then, and it's that this game mentality has taken romance out of the process. And people are left disillusioned by their options. No one seems to follow up even when a match is made, and all you get is crickets. The process has become unconscious with the swipe option, and the only limiting factor is the strength of your finger or your stamina. The problem is not the app itself, but how it's made the users feel. Women in particular report that the process feels shallow, soul-wrenching, a waste of time, all for the chance of a man on the other end of the app saying, "Hey, what's up?" But what other option does she have except maybe switching to another online dating app? In reality, whether you're on Tinder or not, the second psychological phenomena that has happened is the idea of the paradox of choice. Originally a book written by Barry Schwartz, the idea behind it is that more is less. And it takes the idea of consumerism and suggests that as a society, the more options you have for any one product, the less satisfied you are. The author goes on to say that when the supply is high and the demand is low or level, it tends to devalue the product. Apply the same concept to dating, and you can see that in combination with the Tinder effect, why users are dissatisfied. Because they don't feel like people are treating them other than like a product. And why should I settle for you when there might be a better option one swipe away? On a deeper level, it's concerning because people who Schwartz calls the maximizers are the same people when presented with multiple options, choose none. 2 psychologists did a paradox of choice experiment and set up 2 different tables of jam at a farmer's market. One had 24 different kinds of jam, and the other table had only 6 choices. While the table of 24 attracted more interest initially, the table with 6 jams sold 10 times more jam. In part, it's believed that looking at 24 options, you don't have time to sample them all. But with only 6 options, maybe you sample 4 and choose one of those because it's more manageable. And the table with 24 jams, people reported lower consumer satisfaction. Likewise, the people who went to the table with only 6 were more likely to buy and to be happy with their purchase. Does that sound like your online dating experience? On dating apps, there's the perception that there are endless potential partners. But how happy does this idea make you? At best, the idea is overwhelming, kind of like the jams. But to make things even more complicated, when it comes to people, you choose them, but they have to choose you back too. And while it may sound great that there are 40 million single people in the US alone to choose from, this is one of the reasons why people put in low effort. Why should I put in more effort? Because if you're difficult in any way, or I figure out that we're not a match, it's easy for me to start over. Easy come, easy go. But is it accurate to assume that any one person has endless dating options? We have limiting factors like time. And the second issue is one of accurate self-assessment. People usually fall into one of three groups: those who overestimate their own attractiveness, those who underestimate their attractiveness, and those who are fairly accurate. The first person is the guy who thinks that because he dated a cheerleader in high school, that now he should only date cheerleaders. But he's 20 pounds overweight and bald and broke. The second is the woman who's certainly pretty, but she compares herself to some unrealistic standard and she comes up short. She may put up with behavior that she shouldn't because she doesn't have high self-worth. And then there are those people who are realists. I like a realist because they look in the mirror, see who they are, what they have to offer, and they look for a comparable match. This might be a match that's similar to you on many levels: attractiveness, similar backgrounds, education, because partners who are more similar tend to make better long-term mates. But the emphasis in online dating on images first and personality second is what leaves a bad taste in the user's mouths. It makes the process itself feel shallow. And if I don't wow you in a nanosecond, I'm toast. So what can you do to manage the Tinder effect and the paradox of choice and still find love? Number one, don't let the Tinder effect overwhelm you. You are only looking for one good person. And if it's overwhelming, limit your time on the apps, but also don't put stock into meeting just one person or get ahead of yourself. Certainly you don't want to get too excited about any one person. Most certainly everyone has a type, but adopt a wait and see attitude or approach. And online dating is simply one strategy to find a partner. Guard your energy and only jump on the apps when you're present and you're able to do more limited searching. Number two, if all people on dating apps stopped thinking that there was someone bigger, better out there, we would be golden. Remember the phrase, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. You don't have those two, but you do have the one in front of you. Focus on the people who are interested in you, not the bad boy who won't pay you any attention. Give the person you're talking to the benefit of the doubt. Be real, but also communicate clearly. Tip number three, be authentic in who you are. There's no shame in the single game. If you want companionship, but not a serious commitment, say so. If you want to get married in the next 2 years, say that. But what we need is a huge dose of honest communication. And it takes courage to speak your truth. If you've watched any other of my videos, figure out what your attachment style, or what I call your love style, is, so you know what you need and who the other person is too. In summary, online dating is here to stay. From a convenience perspective, you can't beat it. And if you do everything else on your phone, you might as well meet a partner on your phone too. But big picture, focus on your goals. And if it's your goal to meet a good partner, don't let the ups and downs deter you. Online apps are simply an introductory service. Nothing more, nothing less. And if everyone started treating each other on dating apps like real people, they would be more courteous. No, you don't owe a stranger anything. But if you do make a connection, consider it good karma to be kind and a good communicator. And less for them and more for you, because your next relationship will benefit from your improved communication skills. But stay focused less on the quality and more on the quantity. Again, you only need one. And the person who's going to be right for you will value you, treat you well, and they won't make you confused. Instead of the Tinder effect, you want to be loved tenderly. If you like this video and want more dating and relationship tips, make sure to subscribe to my channel below. Thank you.